YouTube? It's your girl Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another video for you guys. Listen, before we hop into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It is free to subscribe, share, and like the video, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content or go live. All right. So in this particular clip, this young woman says older men dating younger women is creating an imbalance in the dating pool. She says, go back to dating women your age. We don't want y'all. So I want to go ahead and play what she has to say, and I'm definitely going to give my thoughts on it. Make sure you chime in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on this particular video. Does she have a point? Is she right? Or, you know, what is your response to this? I want to hear what y'all got to say. I'm definitely going to be checking the comments to hear your thoughts on this one. So make sure you are chiming in the comments below and hit that like button while you're doing it. All right, let's get into the video.
The reason the dating pool is so messed up and it's so imbalanced is because older men need to start back dating women their own age. We don't want y'all. The only thing an older man can do for me is pay my tab. Right then and there on the spot. I can give him my number and then he's going to get blocked. We don't want y'all. And we need to, and younger women need to stop boosting y'all heads up. Y'all hairline is receding. Y'all are out of shape. Half of the time y'all have alcohol problems and gambling problems, so it ain't nothing going on down there or up here. And y'all are repulsive. I'm not gonna lie. When y'all are paying for my tab, all I can think about in the back of my head is that you are older than my dad and you're trying to talk to me. You really think that you got a chance with me, and it's disgusting. Like, it's literally repulsive, because in the back of my mind, like, if you could date a 13-year-old, if it was legal for you to date a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, you probably would. And the only reason why you're stopping here in my face is because it's legal. And y'all got these younger guys thinking that just because they got a little money, that they get to play in women's faces all the way up until they in their 40s and 50s, and then think they're gonna come and settle down with a young tenderoni like me. No, that's not how that works. You're going to get played. You're going to be used strictly and solely for your money. And then you're going to be looking sad and crazy. And you're going to be back in the club looking for the same younger woman.
Now, what do y'all think about what she had to say? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Listen, I'm not going to discard everything that she said. I think she does have some valid points. There are some men who are older, who are going after younger women, and a lot of these younger women are not interested. And she, by her own admission, is one of those women who is not interested in an older guy. Now, I think there are some women out here who are not interested in older men, and there are some women who are, just depending on who that man is and how much money he has. But there are young women who are not interested in older men, depending on how old he is. But my thing is this, and I could see how it could be a little bit creepy if you got a 50-year-old man who's going after a 20-year-old woman, and she's looking at him saying, hey, you're older than my father and I'm not interested in you in that way. There are a lot of young women who are turned off by that, but there are some who aren't. And so my thing is this, if you are a younger woman and an older man is approaching you, just let him know you're not interested. But a lot of these women don't do that. She even said when an older man is paying her tab, she's just thinking, oh my God, you're disgusting. You're older than my dad and your hairline is receding and I don't really like you, but you still allow these men to pay your tab. This is the problem I have with young women, modern young women these days, is because even though these men are repulsive to you and you don't like them, you still will take their money. And I think that is a very dangerous game to play. I think if you don't like somebody and you're not interested in older men that could remind you of your dad, you should not be taking anything from these men, because then it looks like you're giving him attention and you're using him for his money, which makes him think that there's a chance. And anybody who plays those games, I think you ought to stop. I don't think that is a way to go about it. If they're repulsive to you and you don't like them at all, do not entertain them. Do not take anything from them. This is why a lot of these men can play the game that they're playing, because y'all allow them. And then on top of that, if you are being approached by older men and you don't like these older men, why is it that these young women still have a difficult time finding men who are in their age bracket? Why is it that young modern women are still finding it hard to create relationships with men in their age brackets? Why is that? What could be part of the problem is a lot of these women are looking for younger men. They're trying to meet even those men at the finish line. And part of the reason why a lot of younger women don't mind dating older men is because they know that the older men are more likely more financially stable. I don't care what you say. I don't care what your mama say. I don't care what your grandma say. I don't care what nobody else says. That is the main reason why a lot of younger women do not have a problem dating older men, because typically the older men are more financially stable. Hence, that is the very reason why they don't go for men their age, because those men are typically not as financially stable as the older men. So while this particular young lady may find older men repulsive, there are a lot of women who don't, depending on his financial status. The same way she would be repulsed by this man, but allows him to pay her tab instead of saying, no, thank you, sir. You look like you could be my dad. I don't want you to pay for anything for me. The same reason they allow the men to do that and why they entertain the idea of these older men, because you know that they are financially stable and you know that you can get something out of them. So as much as, women can say, oh, we're just going to use these men. Well, it's the same reason why these men tend to go after these young women, because they know eventually for the right price, he could get exactly what he wants out of you, no matter how repulsed you are, no matter how much he looks like your dad. For the right amount of money, you'll be giving him what he wants just as much as he's giving you what you want. And that's just a fact. That's the facts. So a lot of these young women, you don't want to be with this man. You don't want him to be your boyfriend. You don't want to build a life with him, but you will be with him for the right dollar amount. If he's willing to pay for your lifestyle and pay for things, you'll find yourself entertaining these old men that look like your daddies, but because you didn't turn him down when he offered to pay for something for you. So that's why they tend to do it. And they continue to go after young women because they know what they can provide and they know what they can get from you. And if this was such a big problem, then you would find women cooperating with men their own age. If you're 25, then you would be okay with dating a 25-year-old who doesn't make a lot of money, who can't provide that lifestyle for you, and you would be willing to work with him and you guys build something together. But no, most women don't want that, because society told these women that they shouldn't settle. So they don't want to settle for a man who's in the process of elevating himself. You don't want a man your age who's in college and broke and he can't take you on these fancy trips and pay your tabs and do all of that. You don't want him because he can't give you what that older gentleman could. If we're going to be honest, we got to be honest. It's not like all these men are just throwing themselves at these young women. No, they know that these young women have a need. And if he can provide that need, he can get what he wants from you. That's why. And so if you end up being used or feel like you've been used by older men, you put yourself in that position because you wanted something from him that a man your age couldn't provide. Because I think it's just crazy how women want it all. Women don't want to have to go through anything. You really think that, somebody should just cater to you 24/7. The men your age you don't want to work with, the ones who are working hard and building themselves up, they now understand their worth and they don't want to just shell out their money all to you and go broke spending money on you to try to please you, because they have to live a life and provide for themselves. So you don't want them because, oh, he's too cocky. Oh my God, he makes some money. So he think he's all that because he's requiring something from you. So you don't want to bring anything to the table with a man your age. You don't want to work and build with him. You want a man at the finish line who's going to pay for all this expensive stuff and give you a certain lifestyle, but oh, he's too old and he's disgusting and you don't want to be with him. So what do you really want? This is what these young people have to ask themselves. What do you want? And I mean, younger women dating older men is not a new thing. This has been happening from the beginning of time. Younger women have married older men for stability and to have a lifestyle that they couldn't provide for themselves, or that a younger man couldn't provide for them right away. So it's not a new thing that younger women have always gravitated towards older men. That's just what it is. But a lot of these young women are acting like this is something brand new. And my thing is this: if you're not attracted to the man, just stay away from them. Don't take anything from them. Don't expect anything from them. Don't entertain them. Go find you a man your age and build with him and work with him. Because a man your age may not be financially stable enough to do what you know that older guy can do. And are you willing to accept that? That's all I'm asking. Like, are these younger women willing to accept a man their age that they can grow and build with? That way he's somebody that you are attracted to, somebody that's not repulsive, somebody that's not disgusting to you, but somebody that you can actually care for and build a relationship with. But it's like women want everything. You want a young man to be rich. You want him to come cater to you. You don't want to have to work. You don't have to do anything. You want him to do everything you want, provide his lifestyle for you. If he can't do that, he's a bum. And you're not settling. But then you're saying you're repulsed by an older man who can provide these things for you, but he's too old. He reminds you of your dad. You don't want him either. So what do you expect to get in this dating market? And it's not all on the men to provide it. You have to know what it is that you want and be willing to work with the person. That blame should not be placed all on men just because they're older and they want younger women. They've always wanted younger women. But that doesn't stop you from dating a man within your age bracket and building with him. There's lots of women who have done that. I've done it. Many others have done it. So I think, younger women, women in general, you got to figure out what it is that you want. And you got to understand certain things, you're not going to get everything the way you want it. You got to be more realistic in your approach, and you got to really look and really ask yourself and look deep within yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you really want? Do you want somebody who's just can provide you a lifestyle, or do you want a family? Do you want a stable environment with a man that you love, that you can build together with and build a family with? Or you just want a lifestyle? Because look, you got to pick and choose, baby. If the men your age are not good enough and the older men you're repulsed by, then what are you looking for? What do you want? What do you expect to get? Either you're going to work with the man that's within your age bracket and y'all build together, or you're going to just be repulsed by an old man who can take care of you. You gotta pick something. But I want to know your thoughts on this one. Y'all, please chime in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say. What's your thoughts on this particular video? What she had to say? I definitely want to hear from you. And I will see y'all in the next one.